Hello everybody, we're going to talk about the Piksters on the go kit. This is a travel kit that we made a few years ago. It's been very popular. As you can see, it comes in 4 colours, and first of all, when you use it, you have to press that little lever down on the side to slide that off. You'll notice when you open it, you've got all these goodies inside it here, which I've got on the desk, and you'll notice that even though it's designed for travel, it doesn't have any mouthwash, and that is because I don't believe in mouthwash as a general principle. So mouthwash can kill the bacteria in your mouth, and that's not necessarily a good thing for your oral microbiome. Mouthwash can be used daily if you've got dry mouth or if you've got some sort of infection. They have their place. But for daily usage, for people that don't have any of these other symptoms, I don't agree with it. And that's why we don't have it in our kit. Also, it saves money and saves weight too. But what we do have in the kit are these other elements that are excellent for mechanical plaque control, which we'll go through one by one. So the molar flosser. This one here, as you can see, is designed for front access to get to the teeth at the back. The floss is very fine. It's very strong floss. It's not likely to shred or break. We do have another version of a molar flosser. This is our entry-level version, which is great for a travel kit. But if you want something that's a bit more substantial, we have this other product called Supergrip Max, which has a strong grabbing handle like that doesn't flex when you push it down. This one works, but you'll notice when you push it, it does flex a little bit. Okay, so hold it up towards the end and push it down, work it in and floss as normal. The second item is the tongue cleaner. This one here is used to scrape away the debris on the back third of your tongue, and you just scratch that away and obviously wash it under the tap. The back third is the area where you get the accumulation of bad bacteria and food debris that is primarily responsible for bad breath. There's a whole lot of causes of bad breath, but that's one of the big ones. So it tends to reduce bad breath, but not only that, it also stimulates the good bacteria that convert the nitrates in your vegetables into nitrite, which then converts into nitric oxide. And nitric oxide gets into your blood system and gives you better blood pressure and better cardiovascular health. So you get the best of both worlds. No bad breath and an improvement in the bacteria and the microbiome of your mouth. Another reason why we don't put mouthwash in. I should mention too, it's got a fold back toothpick too. You can bend that over and you'll see a little tab there. As you bend it over, that little tab eventually can lock into a little hole over there, and then you can use it as a toothpick. And it's not any ordinary toothpick, it's an isosceles triangle that fits the gap between your teeth. So it's not round, it goes in, so there's a right way and a wrong way to use it. Then we have the Pikster. They're one of our famous interdental brush products. This one here is a size 1. You take the cap off there and stick it on the other end. It gives you a bit of an extension handle. You can use it straight for the front teeth, or you can bend it and put it in between the back teeth. Try not to bend it there too much because the wire can break. That is a size 1. Your teeth probably will have a space where there's size 1, but quite often you need a smaller one or a bigger one. We do have 12 other sizes, or 11 other sizes, 12 in total. And you can see a picture of that. And you can choose the one that's right for you. So if you put that in and it's too tight, you can buy a smaller one. If it's too loose, obviously you can get a bigger one. The good thing about Piksters is that you can use it one-handed. When you use floss, obviously you've got to get 2 hands and get it up the back of your mouth, and for many people that can be just quite awkward. And what we find is people who tend to use Piksters a lot more easily because it's one-handed and you don't need any great skill. Just put it in and poke it in and give it a push in and out. You can get a power Pikster, by the way, which you can plug that into so it vibrates as it goes in and out. That's another thing we have. When you use it, you can wash it under a tap just like a toothbrush. You don't have to throw it away. Eventually, of course, it'll wear out. Eventually, it might break. Just be aware that if the head does break, don't swallow it. Doesn't kill you if you do, but try not to. And usually, they'll last around about a week, and wash it out under a tap. And they are really good for people that have braces where you can't floss, or where you have lingual wire, or the wire bonded up against your palate or down behind your tongue here. A lot of people who have orthodontics, they get that wire bonded on and they can't floss. And this is really good to go underneath. So I would suggest a size 000 when you're going underneath that wire, because the teeth are usually very tight, especially if you've had orthodontic treatment. Quite often they strip the teeth and the gaps are very fine. So try a size 000. You can get them on Piksters.com. Obviously this is a size 1, which won't fit many of your gaps down on the bottom. We've got 3 or 4 sizes smaller than that. Next item is the crushed toothpaste. This one is mint. We also make them in fruity flavors, and the mint is very popular. In fact, we get some people ringing up and say, can I have some of your toothpaste? We say which one, and they say the yummy one. So it can be the crushed mint, or it can be the other one we have called fresh mint, the same flavour. It's a very mild mint, so the kids don't get a burning sensation in their mouth. So even children as young as 8 like the mint in this, which is unusual. It does have 1450 parts per million. That's a fairly strong adult grade fluoride level. It's very effective at reducing decay, obviously. And the next item here is our Curvy toothbrush. This one here has these magnificent bristles made in Germany, which are the most expensive bristles I can buy because they don't go shaggy. And that's one of the big problems with brushes. When you brush them and they go shaggy, they don't clean as well. They're also end-rounded, so it won't wear back your gums. It's a soft bristle, so it won't scratch your gums away. And it's a small head, which most dentists like me prefer because it gives you better cleaning power and good access up to the back. It's got a lovely grippy handle as well, nice smooth handle, and it's been very popular. The next item is the Super Grip Twin. Now, the Super Grip family, we have a whole lot of different floss picks called Super Grips, and this one is the Twin. As a range, the Super Grip is Australia's most popular floss pick, and this is the one that I like the most out of it, which is a twin floss. And the reason I like it is it's great for getting the stuff out from between your teeth. So when you use it, you'll notice you get more stuff out with the twin floss than you'll get with the single floss. And also if one breaks, the other one keeps going. So it's pretty effective. At the other end, it's got a very fine toothpick that can go into the gap between the teeth. Because it's made of polypropylene, you can bend that and it'll never break. It's fantastic from that point of view. And it's got a really solid handle. It gives you good control that way, and every way, three-dimensional control. The next one is this one here, which is called a Super Grip Eco. It's made of recycled polypropylene, and as you can see, it's slightly smaller, but it's got the same throat size, so when you punch it through, it's not going to hit your gums and cause an ulcer on your gums, because I've designed it to be a little bit wider. This has the same extra strong fine floss that won't shred or break so much. And then the last one is the Super Grip Smooth, which is our most popular of the series, which has this Teflon-like tape called PTFE, which is really, really good for getting down into the gap. In fact, we measured 22 brands from around the world, and this one had the lowest insertion force of any floss that we could measure because it's like Teflon. It slips in really easily. It doesn't tend to shred or break, goes in very easily. So when it breaks through the contact point where the teeth touch, instead of it going bang into your gum and hurting you, it just slides through a lot more easily and it won't hurt you. And you notice it's got a flat edge here. So when you put it in, you can bite it down gently and then use that bite plane, as we call it, as a way of pushing in, so you get more controlled insertion if you're afraid of it breaking through and hitting the gum. So this floss here, it's Teflon. You'll see that it's got no PFAS or PFOS, these forever chemicals. We had them analysed. We had dozens of different chemicals analysed, and it all came up zero. None of those chemicals in this floss, so you don't have to worry about forever chemicals with that. Also, it's got the very fine floss, toothpick I should say, at the end here, and the handle, so you can really give it a good jab and get out any stuff in between your teeth. Great if you've got wire bonded to your teeth down here, you can clean underneath it. Great if you've got braces and you can't floss, you can go underneath it with this as well. And then the last item here is the Gorilla Floss. We had years ago made a bigger container of this that dentists love a lot because it's very, very strong. When you take this out and use it, you'll notice it's a little bit thicker than the fine flosses in those other ones, and you can use that in a conventional way of floss, but this is so strong you'll never break it. Really, really strong. It's a little bit thicker, so it's a little bit harder to get in than the fine floss, but if you do have a challenging contact point that's always breaking, use this. It's an absolute winner in terms of resisting breakage. And the last thing to mention is that at the back of it, when you run out, there's a little card in the side of each box down the bottom that says where do you get it and how do you use it. You know how to use it now, but if you run out of things you want to see where to get it, just scan that. It should take you to whatever shops stock these things in your area. They're in 4 colours, as you see, and I hope you enjoy using the on-the-go kit, and give us some feedback as to whether you like it or what, and any improvements you can suggest we can make to it.